Okay, so this is a test stream. Let's see how this works. Rumble.com. And I wonder, how do I share? Okay. Start a live stream, how to run a premiere, template selection. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's interesting. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. I will have to fix the audio though. You can put likes on it, that's funny. Day 01. Setting goals. It's not showing up on the mobile. Okay, let's see. I should be able to share this on YouTube and Facebook. So let's go to Facebook. Join the live stream apps. Rumble. And is my YouTube working? Let's see on my phone. YouTube.com. Okay, there we go. That's also working. And I'll make a post. Going live. Image. There we go. Post. Okay. So this is going to be a test live stream for the first day. Let me make sure the audio is good. I don't think you can see the background, can you? Let me see. But there's no background, that's funny. Let me fix the mic. How do you use bobby pins? Okay, that works. Put it in the wire. And then throw it on the shirt. Hopefully my beard doesn't mess it up, but let's see. Let me check. Checking 1, 2, 3. Come on. It says it's live. Okay, much better. It's like a 15-second delay. That's insane. Why isn't it showing the background though? Oh, 4 people watching. Nice. This live stream is going to be basically... My bad, I had the audio on at the same time. So this live stream is going to be about raising funds for an organization called Authentic Ilm Mission. It's a Muslim organization that is trying to get $1 million by December 31st, and we're going to be hoping to help with that. And we're going to do that through selling shorts. But you cannot see me pointing anywhere because the camera isn't working and nothing else is. So I need to figure that out first. You can read the description in the meanwhile, though. We finally got the audio working. That's one thing. So how do I do this? Add video. No, that's not what I want to do. It says I'm sharing my screen. Like presentation. Okay, there we go. I knew I'd figure it out eventually. So you gotta click this button. Oh, nice. 5 people. Not very well prepared for this live stream, I'm afraid. But let's see. Make sure that the live is working. Not very well prepared for this live stream, I'm afraid. But let's see. Make sure that the live is working. Not very well prepared for this live stream, I'm afraid. But let's see. Oh my god. I just realized it was the video looping. I was like, did I say that twice? Okay. So I don't know if you guys noticed, it's a really nice trick. You can use these Apple headphones. Right? Actually, I can't even see myself there. There. Now I can see myself. These Apple headphones, and you can put like a bobby pin. I don't know if you can see it. A bobby pin on your clothes, and it will remove the static. At least I think it was because of my beard when it was hanging on my right side. So that's the audio issue sorted out. And the video issue has also been sorted out. Now, so what is this live stream about? It is, as I mentioned before, we're going to be raising funds for a religious organization, Muslim organization, which plans to purchase a building in Dallas, Texas. And they want to do so in order to raise people who can advocate for Islam. And they are searching to do 1 million by December 31st. So how are we going to do that? It's a lot of money. And I don't know if it's going to be possible to do that on our end. But we're going to try and help them out. We're going to do this by selling shorts and making a business. So for the past 2 years, I've been in search of making like the perfect short, right? Basketball shorts. So let me show you guys. I really need to stop that habit of chewing. Okay. It should be on Facebook. Did I not go through? I did do that, so it must be an older version. Yep, there we go. Okay. So you see, this is our logo. Great. And I'm basically creating like halal long basketball shorts, halal length basketball shorts. And we got the designs done, right? We got some prototypes. Basically, these came out have been coming through the stages since last year. And they've been getting better and better. Right now, the one I'm wearing is the very first one. It really sucks, honestly. It's like houseware, so I'm not going to show it. And that logo looks pretty good. And we're going to be doing a fundraiser for the whole month. Our website is also under construction, so I need to get to work on that. So that is islamicshorts.com. Site is under construction. You'll be able to buy it here. And about half of the profits from this website are going to be going towards that project, the AIM project, Authentic Ilm Mission. So that is the purpose of this stream. Today, what we're going to be doing, though, is setting goals. So let me do some envelope math. Basically, the value I want to provide to you guys is twofold. One, I am going to be selling shorts, right? So people who like basketball shorts, who want a comfy fit, all cotton, really nice shorts, they can buy that. And the proceeds from that, half of them are going to be going to Authentic Ilm Mission. Now, this live stream that I'm doing is basically going to be a recording of my journey, right? And what I'm going to be recording is the process a business needs to go through to start selling its first few products and hopefully first few orders of products. Now, considering that the price of one short is going to be like $45 and we have a month, and our starting budget is about $800-ish to spend on ads, it is going to be very tough if we were aiming for a 1 million, what's it called? Let me see, a $1 million goal at the end of this. So let me write this up. AIM fundraiser. What is the date for December? Shorts, sale stuff. Okay. Let me write this down. Okay. We have 30 days. 1st of December to the 31st of December. Right. And we're going to aim for 1 million because why not? Shoot for the stars. I think realistically we'll get like 10,000 or 100,000. Anything above that would need some serious luck involved, or the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Right? Like you need some, like a viral TikTok or something to get to that mark in that time. Okay, so we're going to be selling shorts, which are going to be $45 a piece or so, maybe a little bit more, I'm not sure. And the cost is roughly around, it's going to be like $15 to produce. And the advertisements are going to be like, I don't know, maybe another 10. Well, I don't know what the ad cost is going to be because there are two things I'm going to focus on. One of the things that I've learned, I don't know if you guys have heard of him. His name is Alex Hormozy. He does a lot of content on YouTube about business and stuff. And I read some of the books and watched some of his content. One of the things he talks about is that there's 4 types of advertising: hot, cold. It was like I forget which ones actually. So let me search it up real quick. 4 types of, not that, 4 types of advertisement by Alex Hormozy. We're going to be focusing on the paid ad types. And I think the other one was organic types. The third was like, was it mailing or B2B? I think those were the other 2. But I want to make sure that I'm not giving you guys any false information. And we're only going to be focusing on one of these types of it. Okay, so there's warm outreach, one-to-one warm, cold outreach, which is one-to-one cold, which is like emailing people, right? You get a list, you email them. Warm is like you walk up to a person, right? In my case, it would be like a masjid or a basketball court. I go up and I'm like, hey, I got these new shorts. You want to try them, right? The third is like posting free content, which is like Facebook posts, TikTok posts, stuff like that. And the last one is paid ads. This is the one that is perhaps the easiest to scale because you can just input money into the machine and get a return, which is known as return on ad spend. And I have done this for Google ads, but the problem was my product isn't a good fit for Google search since it's not currently buyable, if that makes sense. It was in the stages of basically being produced, and I was basically getting funds for a fundraiser getting a product. Actually, a good way, especially because it's ridiculously high. The best one that I have at the moment is TikTok. YouTube, you can do the video here that I have. I'm probably going to put on first, and anything that's easier, I'll put on TikTok. And for TikTok, I'll just do organic content. And anything that explodes there, I'll make it into an ad and put it on Meta. There are a few parts that go into an ad. One is at the end, the call to action. That's the most important. Basically saying, try it, buy this thing for $45. Go here, click this, right? If you don't do that, a lot of people just click off. They don't know what the ad was for, or they just enjoyed the ad and you don't get any retention from that for your revenue, if that makes sense. Okay. And this is the one we're going to be focusing on, paid ads. For the paid ads, I need to know, this is the important key thing that I need to know. I need to know what ROA on Facebook is, right? So let's search that up real quick. Typical e-commerce clothing brand ROA on Facebook. Okay, I'll say like 2 times then. To be conservative is about 2x. So what that means is if I put $1 in equals $2 out. And how much does it cost to reach 1,000 people? How much does it cost to reach 1,000 people? And this is called CPM, I believe, cost per 1,000. And this is important because that tells us, oh, okay, so this is how much I have to spend to get to 1,000 people. And the reason 1,000 people is important for impression's sake is like we can start to make decisions on how people view our content, right? The more people we have, the more we know if our content sucks or it's good or not, right? Depending on factors like this, on average, paying around 13. Okay, I'll take average. I'll take okay, I'll put it to 50. I think that would be make mathematics basically trying to figure out what I need to do in order to get to my goal. $1,000, 1,000 people on Facebook. And there's like, how many people are there? Like 3 billion? Probably like 200 million from the US or something. And that's going to be my target market, right? Even less for people who are explicitly into, even less for halal basketball short enjoyers, right? And one of the things that you need to know is like if your product is really niche like mine, then you need to increase the price. Otherwise, you can't have a business that actually works. So let's see. Selling shorts, $45 per piece or so, is going to cost me about $15 to produce. This ads is going to be another $15 basically, right, per 1,000 people. And that is going to generate, how many sales would that be? Let me see. So if I spend $15, I would expect about a $30 return on ad spend. Right? So $1 in equals $2 out. We're doing algebra now. Great. $15 per 1,000 people. Okay. I'm going to expect some of those people to buy, right? Maybe like 1 or 2. And if 1 or 2 people buy that, yeah, it seems about right. Probably more than 2 times, honestly. But let's see. Okay. Every dollar would be about $2. But these are like not too related. They're just separate. Cool. So, what I want to find out is how much money it would take me to sell a short. Because once I know that, I have a flat fee of $15, and then I need to know the ad fee that it takes per short. So if I do this, $15 per 10, then how many people out of those 1,000? How many people out of the 1,000 will buy? Then obviously this is just like envelope mathematics. We're actually going to go through a test phase on Facebook Marketplace, and we'll get people who actually buy. So it is basically 2%. Okay, let's do what is it? 1.5% people, 1,000 will buy, right? So what is 1%? That would be 10, that would be 1. So that's 10 people. So which equals 15 people may buy. Okay. And this is all really conservative, which is what we want to do. Plus, let's say that would be $15, right? So this is per short. So if 15 people are buying, I'm getting confused. And it's late. Okay. 1 second. I need to take a break to go pray real quick. I'll be right back. Oh wow, the screen turned off. That's funny. A bit unfortunate. Okay. This was supposed to be a pretty short live stream, just testing some stuff. But setting goals takes some time. It takes some time Okay. So where were we at? Let me see if it's still going through, because my MacBook, the lid turned off. Okay, it's only 25 minutes. Let's see. Through, because my MacBook, the lid turned off. Cool. Is there any way to see viewership? This is kind of fun, honestly. Just recording yourself and going on a journey like this, you know? I'm actually in between 2 jobs right now, so that's why I have the time to do this. And I can spend December going through this and hopefully making a good business out of it. Making a good business out of it. You know, my weakness in my voice reminds me of the video from Vin Jiang on YouTube, that if you enunciate your words properly, then people will understand you better, and your voice will be clearer and louder at the same time. So I do need to work on that. Okay, so where were we? Where was I? Yes, let's continue. 1.5% of people will be 15 people may buy, right? Okay, and that will be what? So what I'm saying is here that for the cost of $15, ROA, return on ad spend, which is, yeah, okay. I get 15 times 45, right? And I'm gonna minus that by the production cost, which is 30, equals 30, which equals, put that into parentheses. So what's 15 times 30? 300, so that's gonna be $450 of profit, right? And 15 orders to fulfill on January 1st. So the idea is that people are going to go to the page, they're going to buy the short, it's going to be delivered to them on January 1st. And I need to get my supplier to get ready for that. Get supplier ready for that. So how much money would it take me to sell one short to one person, right? So if I do, okay, so the math actually kind of works out pretty nicely here. I'm not thinking wrong. It would be 1,000 divided by 15, which equals 1,000 divided by 15 is about 66 people to reach one sale, which sounds about right. Am I doing this right? No, that's right. For one sale, $15 people pay by. Yeah, okay. So $1 is going to reach. Okay, how does the math work out so well? $1 equals 66 people equals 1 buy equals. That would be $29 of profit, right? So I think it's going to cost me $16 in total to get one sale. I'm pretty sure I did something wrong here. I'm gonna have to check my math on this. That's not right. Let's see. plus the ad spend to sell one short. Because if 1,000 people, there's a 1.5% of people are gonna buy, right? That means 15 people may buy. 1,000 divided by 15, gonna be 66 people that I need to reach out to. Yeah, the math works out because the 15s cancel each other. That's crazy. That doesn't make sense. The margin is too high. Might be something I'm missing. Maybe just the price is not good, but we'll see. The production price could be increased as well, so I'm not sure completely. And these are all conservative estimates, right? ROA on Facebook is 2x. $1 in equals $1 out typically for ads. But if it's telling me that I can get to 1,000 people with $15 and then 1.5% of those people are going to convert, which is extremely low, honestly, right? That means that 15 people may buy. 15 times 45, that's like 600, right? But I also have to take out that 15 from the production cost and minus the 15 from that, so from the ad spending. Minus 15 equals 435. But that's still nothing of profit. And then half of that is going to go to AIM. So I'll do it per short, right? So at the end of the day, one short equals $15 production. So if it sells for $45, which it will, minus $15 for production, minus $1 for ads, and then, okay, and then that's going to be $16, $30, $29 that I have left. So 50% of that is going to go to, and that's just profit. 50% of the profit, $29 profit. 50% is going to go towards AIM, which equals $14.5. I feel like I'm wasting my time doing this, honestly. But I need to set my goal, so that's why I need this. Okay, again, let's do it. 30% is going to be reinvest, which is going to be 2.9 times 3, $8.7. And then you're going to be continuously reinvested. And then the rest of the 20% is going to partners. Partners/investors, which is going to be 2.9 to 2, 5.8. And to make sure I did my math right, 14.5 plus 8.7 plus 5.8, and it adds back up to 29. Okay, so my starting budget is, I'm going to say $500. Okay, I do have like 800, but I'm just going to use 500 for now. Let's see how it goes. I need to find a winning ad that converts. That is my immediate goal. Oh, also set up web page properly, because right now it does not look good, guys. At all. Look at this. Well, the design actually looks pretty good. Look, that doesn't look too good. Navigation's okay, you know. The images and the theme looks okay. The person I told to do the work hasn't done it to the best of their abilities, but still, it's okay. And it can take payments, right? It's just going to be one page, and you'll get to pick your size. Right. You need to be able to pick your size and color black or white, and it'll be $45, right? And half of it is going to be going to charity, basically. Let's see. Oh, those are my emails. I need to find a winning ad that converts. And what am I going to be using to do this? So I did get some of the good books. I'm probably going to be using this one, ACQ Advertising Handbook, and probably pick one of the better frameworks and just go through that. I think because I only have 30 days, I'm going to take a shot on one ad, and then the rest of them I'm going to be doing organically. So TikToks and Facebook, mainly those two. Yeah, that's a good start for the advertisement. Make sure to follow if you guys want to see more. I am going to be doing this for 30 days. Inshallah. Bismillah. Okay. Now go through the book. Also, if you need a good resource that has those books, you can go to ChatGPT, and there's this one, ACQ AI Lite, unofficial. So there was some guy who got all the books, these ones, and then all the other ones, and basically put them into this AI. If you want to use that, you can. Where is it? I'll put it in the chat. Private. All. Ooh, can I pin stuff here? That'd be fun. Yeah, I can. Oh, it shows up there. That's annoying. Oh, interesting. I wonder how the YouTube one is doing. It has 0 viewers. I probably should put a thumbnail or something. Okay, so the goal is that how much could I theoretically make with this? So that's the next thing we need to figure out. Theoretical max. Well, I'm gonna say I have 28 days because I'm busy with my job and transferring between jobs. So finishing that up on tomorrow, and I'll be full-time on December 3rd on this project. So 28. Okay. Yeah, radical. There's no H there, I think. 28 days. I think I could actually do 1 million. Couldn't I? Yeah. So first thing we want to do is find a winning ad, which is basically greater than 2x ad spend. It all depends on how fast people buy. It is Christmas time. So ad. And then I'm going to basically pour $500 into it. I'll do 80-20. What's 80% of 500? That's going to be 400. So 400 on winning ad. 100 on other ads. And before this, we want to find a winning ad. So I am going to be probably spending like 20 bucks daily to find a good ad. I basically want 1,000 people to view an ad and see the ROI on that. How long would that take? Hopefully not more than a few days. Because if I'm going to be pumping out organic content and ads each day, so like that's like 8 hours of work each day for this. I could easily do 100 each day, and I just need one of them to pop off, and then invest in that. 100 would be hard for the first few times. Maybe quality-wise it would be, but let's see. I'm gonna say, let's say it takes 7 days. Right, I'm being really conservative here. 7 days to find a winning ad. I feel like 7's too much. 4 days to find a winning ad. I'm not sure exactly how Facebook works, the ad placements. Can I just get 1,000 people in one day if I give enough money? If so, that's what I want to do basically. Right? I don't want to space it across the month. I just want data. And one secret thing that I do have is I have Google Ads data that worked. So I'll show that. Let me see. Yeah. Google Ads, you only use Chrome. You don't use any other studio or software. Nothing else works. So Google Ads. So I know these shorts are actually in demand because of Google Ads. The the click-through rate, CTR, is pretty high. It was like 6%, which is insane. And I don't remember the password. Let me check that. Go to Brave Password Manager. Brave is a pretty good software though. Removes all the ads. Okay, so this is Google account, my business one. Oh, okay. Of course, it was that. Let's see. Come on. Yes, yes. Two-step authentication. Lovely feature. Recently, I've been thinking if your phone gets stolen, it's basically like your life is gone. All your authentication stuff. So this ad was stopped a few months ago, but I still have the data for it. If I don't, I'll be pretty mad. Not really. You can always just do things again. All-time campaigns. All campaigns. Select a campaign. Where did it go? Did they remove it? No way. Drafts in progress? Oh wow. Google knows like Perplexity is beating them. Though they are coming back with their AI stuff. How to check old Google ad campaigns. Because I need this. I really do. That's my data. Click campaigns. At the top of the table, find campaign status. Okay, this is probably why. Yeah, all. There we go. Whew. As you can tell, I spent a lot of money learning Google Ads. A lot of money. So this is actually valuable. All right. And it says here 4%, but that's because this was before I made some changes and learned exactly which group to be targeting for my ads. Metrics. I want the click-through rate. I want everything. Okay. Anyways, let's see. Where is it? So I want to do This is right now doing all time. When was it from? Don't remember exactly. Wish there was a slightly better time period. Let's see. So if I take this out, this is the cost. So this is when I was costing a lot. So March to May. Let's check that one. March to May. We hit apply. $800 were spent, and the click-through ad rate was 6%. So this is like a lot of people were interested in the headline, and the headline for this ad is it doesn't show. Where is it? Oh, there it is. $50 Muslim men halal shorts. $50 Muslim shorts, easy and comfy to wear. Okay, so this was the ad that I put out, and 6% of people clicked on it. Now that data is extremely valuable to know. Who the demographics were, what keywords they were searching. No, please do not add effects using hand gestures. I do not want that accidentally in the stream. And that is important because you want to search up Google Ads average ROI for clothing brand PPC ad. Sorry, not average ROI, average CTR. What CTR shows is like people are searching for a term and they see your ad and they're like, yeah, that's what I want. So my ad represents my product. It does, right? And you can see how low these are. Average CTR across channels. What's this one? When users actively search for clothing, search campaigns and apparel can see much higher CTRs, often in the 6 to 9% range in some 2025 industries, though this depends heavily on brand strength and query intent. So this is like talking about Nike and stuff. I don't think there's any brand called halal shorts, so I did my research before that. But yeah, typically you're going to be seeing like 2%, 3% CTR. And that's what I got from the experts I talked to as well. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can actually find, I don't know if you can find it, but I can find it because it's private. Is, where do I go to my videos? YouTube Studio, content, speech practice. Oh my God, this is so you see, where is it? Yeah. So I had a session with Google PPC expert, right? Basically, we were talking about everything about Google PPC. He basically taught me how to do it. And I don't remember where it is exactly.
For sure. Yeah, so if you have those like
for $75, right?
course, but at the end of the day, CTR is one metric, but sales is the other, right? So the next one, so this was something you should probably try to do daily.
Now I know where I went wrong in these statistics. I think where I went wrong is this one. It's not will buy, it's will click. Yeah, that makes much more sense. I was wondering why it was so high. But in this video, basically, he talks about how the CTR was actually pretty good for that time period. Maybe if people subscribe or want to hear more, you can post or comment, and I'll release the video. But I don't think people will be interested in watching a 1 hour video with him. It did cost me like, I want to say like $300, $200, something like that. Let me see. I can look at that real quick. Fiverr. You go to here, you go to orders. And yeah, it was like 253. Okay. So let me check what Perplexity had said about 1.8%. The median conversion rate from ad impressions to actual buyers Okay, that is interesting. I was not expect that. I was not expecting that. So it is just that high. Well, we'll see. Okay, this is just envelope estimates. Okay, it's not end all be all. It could just be all hocus pocus. I don't think so. But envelope stats need to actually check, and we'll know that in the next 7 days. So follow along for the updates to that. Okay, and I have my Google Ads data, which is pretty nice. So that's my secret weapon, basically. We went off on a tangent, but that's my secret weapon that I'm going to be using. It was my 1.5k secret weapon over the years. I have learned the old ways. Okay, so that's my demographic that I know of, and I'm going to be using for the ads. So the question is, can I reach 1 million? So let's say after 5 days, or after 4 days, right? I have 24 days left, and I found a winning ad, which is more than 2x ad spend. So what I want to do now is take my remaining money, which I'm going to say is like $400, and go all in on that ad. And I'm going to be reinvesting 30% each time, right? And how much do I get for 400 per ad? So based on this, $1 an ad is 29 in profit. It's just way too high for me to believe that, honestly. Yeah, it's just this is just unrealistic. But we'll go with it for now. The math is what it is. There's something I'm missing. I have to be missing something. That's just too insane. Okay, 400 times 29. That's like one time equals, how much is that? 4,000, 8,000, 12,000, 11,600. 11,600. Great. 11,600. Okay. And gonna reinvest 30% continuously. How long does it take to get to 1,000 viewers? That's something I need to know. How long does it take an ad to get 1,000 impressions? Because the quicker it is, the better for me. 1 to 2 days, really? Okay, that's really, I'm not gonna be too optimistic. We'll see how it goes. We'll know it by the end of the week. So if this is like 11,600 per 2 days, right? Let's say that's insane, because in 30 days, which is going to be like 15 cycles of this, equals 30 days, which equals what? I'm done with doing math in my head. 174,000. That doesn't make sense. There's something I'm really missing. There must be. I think the thing that I'm missing is definitely going to be that this is people who click on ad, not buy. Otherwise, like, everybody would be incredibly rich. Let me confirm this. Is this right? Is it not people who click on ad, not people who buy the product? So I have to triple confirm. So if I post an ad on Facebook and spend $15 and my product costs $45, I can expect 15 people to buy it for 1,000 people. Okay, you're telling me it's going to be better. That's still insane. That doesn't make sense. I know, like, Alex Ramosi has talked about getting insane numbers like these on Facebook. But I just don't see this happening that easily. Maybe I'm forgetting to factor in the cost of shipping and stuff like that. That might be the case, right? What about cost of shipping? Because, like, if this is the case, right, in 30 days I can make $174. And that's at this conservative estimate without me reinvesting 30%. That's just me putting $400 every 2 days into the project, right? I forgot how to do this. Was it like 11,600? 29. Where did that 29 come from? 29 is like, that's the profit. Where did I get 29 from? 24 days left, $400 to the ad, investing 30% each time, $400. So once I find a winning ad, $400 times 29, which this is going to be the total profit. Okay, gotcha. So it's not this much. It's actually going to be 30% of that, which is 11,600 times 0.3, which equals 3,480. That would be, so this is still profit, you know, that's still profit. I could just reinvest everything. I can't do that because I have to donate and pay the partners. But it would still be this much next time. So then the next time, for the next 2 days, it would be 3,480 times 29. And I'm sure it would start slowing down as the amount of people that I sell to become less and less, right? 3,480 times 29. Yeah, that's why it's not making sense. 1,290. So you're telling me in 4 days, I could do $100,000? Sure, buddy. Sure. Because now $1 million is looking like feasible if we go by the math, right? If for the first week all I do is try to find a really good ad, right, and I'm spending $20 daily, which is what, like, probably not 20, probably more, $20 daily on a ad to find out its ROI. ROI is greater than 2 or not, right? And I just find an ad that's like that. Then I spend $400 on that ad, expecting a 2 times return. Not a 2 times return. Yeah, this is why I'm getting a bit confused. I find a good ad, and I basically go all in on it. I don't know if I'm looking for ROI or if I'm not looking for ROI. Find out it's by buyer rate is greater than 2% or not, or greater than 1.5%, right? And once I find that ad, which I think is extremely high, and then I just scale it up. Then every time these people buy, and it costs me $20, right, per 1,000, which is actually going to cost me $15 because we did the math with the average. And at most, it was even only like, what, $18 at most per 1,000. And it would be 400 for an ad, and times 29, because one ad dollar equals 29 profit. So that's why we did this. We did the math for that. That worked out. And we got $11,600. That's going to be in 2 days from what Perplexity is saying. Oh, I don't know how accurate that is. Okay. So I think we have our goal. I think a million is possible, genuinely. A million is possible. My goals. These are going to be my next goals to get that. Streamline the website. Make it a buy page. Find a winning ad in 4 days. For that, what I'm going to be doing is using the ACQ advertising handbook and doing organic content on TikTok, Facebook, and just what's the word? Duplicate on other sites. Okay, and once I find the winning ad, then just pour your soul into the ad. Bismillah. All right. Keep going until a million. And we might do some other, well, honestly, this is more than enough work. This is what I need to focus on. What I need to focus on is making sure I can get people's money through the website. Make sure I set the correct expectations on site to get shorts by January 1st, right? January 1st would be a bit hard because I'm moving, so like 4th-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna say 4th. Because I'd start the job on the 5th. So yeah. Correct expectations on website. Right? No lying, no nothing like that. No deceiving. Make sure that I'm transparent. 50% of it is going towards a charity. 20% is going to be going towards partners and stuff, and 30% is being reinvested. And I am not one of the partners. And then what? Okay, so I get the website set up. I find the ad, and then I pour into it. Pour my soul into the ad. Okay. This sounds like a lot of work. And I'm going to be measuring how many ads I can do in the first day. So when can I start doing this? It is going to be on the 3rd of December. Because on the 2nd is when my job ends, and I will be free from the 3rd. Okay. Anything else? Oh yeah. Let's put some side quests. So side quest number 1 AI truth verification app gets info from web through crawling, grades the info on hadith metrics and evidence metrics, and then an extension in the browser that easily retrieves the data for the user on their URL or highlighted part of the URL to verify information, and maybe a web bot that goes and leaves comments on websites linking to it, the post's veracity. Yeah. So that will probably solve the AI issue that we all have in our daily lives, and also people lying and stuff. But that's a lot of work, honestly. What else is there? I do need to look after my health, so health and stretching. And I need to build up my dieting habits. And what else do I need to work on this month? Going to masjid for prayers. That'd be nice. Anything else? I got my diet. Because right now I'm like, what, 245? And like at 250 I started getting depressed. Chemically. Biochemically. So health and stretching, dieting, going to masjid for prayers, and maybe if I have like, I don't have time to do this one genuinely. Like maybe I have time to do that. This is going to be the main goal. This is going to be secondary, and these are things I just need to work on. But there is something else that I had in mind, which was like a marriage slash couple app, round robin style. You have a criteria in your spouse. We filter candidates for it. So basically, you go into the app, right? Assuming you have all the training necessary to be in a relationship. And you get like 5 people you can choose from. And then you meet one of the 5 for a 30-minute or 20-minute conversation. It's basically maybe like forcing you out of indecision and just trying to meet people instead of being like on a dating app and just scrolling through. Would that be the right word? Or like just what's it called? Swiping like hundreds of thousands of people. Instead of that, this would enable people to meet more people and go through more conversations. Obviously, it'll filter the candidates that people want, right, to the best of their abilities of the candidate pool. But it would get people to meet other people, and I think when people meet each other, there's a higher likelihood of it being a success. So basically, yeah. And it will be a publicly recorded meeting with the company as a witness to make sure nothing is going wrong for the first meeting, and then they can take the meeting offline as they need to. With the wali. Okay. Recordings will not be stored past a certain day. Goal is to get people married, and that means that the business or payment structure should be tied to it. So I'm thinking like a deposit at the start of like, I don't know, $25 if you have it. If no money, then free. Yeah, I'm fine with that. If people want to lie, then they can just get it for free, but that'll just harm themselves, right? So at the start, it's basically going to be a deposit. You put $25 in, and then when you get married or find someone and are satisfied, well, I don't know about satisfied, but like basically you find someone and you're like, yeah, that's good enough. Not good enough, like, yeah, I got what I needed out of the service. Then you pay. I don't know, like $100. It doesn't really matter. The tech around this stuff is really cheap, honestly. More, the things that would cost more would be like the moderation team. Moderation team costs. Okay, those are honestly two really big things that will solve a lot of societal issues. Is just not my focus on them at the moment. Yeah. And this has gone on for long enough. So, to wrap up, I'm going to be starting on December 3rd. I will be back tomorrow to do another short live stream, maybe, and work on a little bit because basically I'll be done with my job tomorrow evening. I'll have like maybe an hour-ish or two, probably one only. And December 3rd, going hard at selling basketball shirts. And yeah, sounds like a blast. Is there anything else? Excuse me. No. So today, we wanted to set our goals. We found out that we could actually do $1 million if the math is working out great. We'll find out in a few days, in 4 or 5 days, when we go through the ads on Facebook, see how many people are buying, right? And do all the work that's needed. We'll find out if this is actually possible or not. Because, to be honest, if I am reinvesting 30% every 2 days, then yeah, it seems to be possible. Pretty easily at that too. And how many shorts is this gonna be like? One short equals one ad. So, okay, that may be where it trips up, honestly. The supply side is gonna be really hard to keep up with, is what I'm thinking. I'm probably gonna be supply shorted. Most likely. We'll see though. Okay, anything on this? Nope, that's all. Okay then. Just gonna check Rumble. 2 people. Nice. Feel free to follow. And yeah, in 4 to 5 days, we'll know quite a bit about Facebook ads. And then what about YouTube? Rumble. 2 people. Nice. Feel free to follow. And yeah, in 4 to 5 days, we'll know quite a bit about Facebook ads. Okay, so audio is okay. There is still a bit of white noise. Not too much issue. Video camera is pretty bad. MacBook for you. But I can probably use my phone when I need to. Alright then. Bye guys. How do I end this? What is this? I need some help. Oh, there it is. End stream.